Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. Romelu Lukaku to Chelsea. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, they're all saying it. It's going to happen. Inter Milan didn't want it to happen. Lukaku himself didn't want it to happen at the start of the summer, but money talks, Champions League, Chelsea talks, and Romelu Lukaku will potentially be the final piece for Chelsea. Look, start off. I'm going to hit this straight on as a United fan. There will be people pulling up tweets saying, how can you be positive about Lukaku getting Chelsea when you wanted him out of your club? But different circumstances suit different times. I think that Lukaku to Chelsea again demonstrates what Chelsea is all about. They're not here to mess about. They're not here to be run as a business. They're here to be run as a football club. And they're a very rich football club. And this is the way football is going. Inter Milan potentially in big problems. We'll talk about that. Barcelona in huge problems. We've seen that with Messi. PSG aren't in problems. Man City aren't in problems. The way football's going, Premier League clubs aren't really in problems. Money talks. And, you know, these big clubs like Barcelona and Inter Milan, are they as financially competitive as a Leicester or a Villa, who are much smaller clubs potentially? Well, no, they're not. Money talks at the moment. Inter Milan, Lukaku, Serie A champions. I'm very happy. We're very happy with you. You're not for sale. Champions League winners. Premier League Chelsea, we need a striker, we want him, 100 million, you're going to take it? Yes, we are. Money talks. Premier League clubs are very rich, PSG are very, very rich. Chelsea this summer, like Man City, need a striker. And I look at Chelsea and I thought Harry Kane's very difficult to do because of the Spurs London connection. Haaland's very difficult to do because the massive amounts of money that would be involved in that. So where do you go then? Lewandowski would buy and do it. Also, he's 31 now. Lukaku. Premier League proven, one of the best strikers in the world in relation to penalty box strikers. £100 million, good deal. Now, what I would say from a United point of view is people will say, well, you've called him trampoline toes. You've called him Timberland boots. You've said his first touch is in Sainsbury's car park. When Lukaku was at United, and even now at United, we don't create many chances. We don't. And our number 9 has to drop deep and get involved in the play. Cavani does it, Martial does it, Rashford, Greenwood, right? Lukaku doing that at United, and look, United were a very different team to now, to what they were with Lukaku. We didn't have Bruno. I think he'd probably suit us a bit better now than he did then. But build-up play, Lukaku, not that good. His first touch isn't that great. And of course he's got a first touch, but it's not up there with some strikers. Penalty box Lukaku, brilliant. I remember when the final season we had Lukaku, we had a bit of an injury crisis and we played Crystal Palace midweek and then we played Southampton at the weekend, and I think he scored 4 goals in 2 games and basically gave us a good chance of staying in the top 4 race. We missed out ultimately, but he kept us in it. Penalty box striker, fantastic. Brilliant. That's what Chelsea need. Chelsea don't need a striker that's going to drop in and start creating things. They've got Havertz, they've got Mount, they've got Pulisic, they've got Hudson-Odoi, they've got Ziyech. They don't need that. What they need is a striker that's good in the air, plays on the last man, quick, and will score the chances they create in the penalty box. Timo Werner last year could have had 30 goals. Easily. You give those chances that Timo Werner had last year to Lukaku, he'll score more of them. And that's what Chelsea want. They're not looking for a build-up player. They're looking for a penalty box striker. And in that sense, Lukaku suits them perfectly. And he's played in the Premier League as well. So that's why I think Chelsea have got a very good signing in Lukaku, and that's why I would have sold him at United 2-3 years ago. Football changes, but also teams play a different way. Lukaku for Man City would be the best example of Pep wouldn't go anywhere near him. Because the way Pep wants to play football, Lukaku wouldn't suit it. But the way Chelsea are going to play, that final piece of the puzzle, that focal point at the top, it could work really, really well. And he would be an early contender for Golden Boot, definitely. So I think it's a good signing. For £100 million, you can't knock it. Grealish has just gone to Man City for £100 million. He is one of the top goal scorers in the world at the moment. So it's a good deal for Chelsea. I don't know where... It is a good deal for Lukaku. I do sense that Lukaku probably didn't want to leave Inter. But look, the concern around Inter, and this is very, very sad. I don't like what's happened to Barcelona with Messi. It's a money issue. They're in money... It's financially mess. And Inter Milan, we're now hearing, are close to liquidation, and then everyone's up for sale. So we're not losing football, we're losing the identity of football in the sense that Lautaro Martinez, a year ago, was being talked about moving to Barcelona. A year later, in a fire sale from Inter Milan, he could end up at Arsenal, who finished 8th for the last 2 years. Now, I'm not digging Arsenal out there, but what I'm saying is Lautaro Martinez to Arsenal well, you know, Arsenal are a big club, but Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan, Serie A champions and Champions League team to Arsenal 8th place Premier League club doesn't make sense, apart from the fact that Arsenal are far richer than Inter Milan because they're in the Premier League. So the Premier League is just getting stronger and stronger. PSG are just getting stronger and stronger. And these traditional big clubs of AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, Real Madrid, Barcelona, their future is perilous at the moment. They desperately need to do something to compete with the PSGs and the Man Cities, but also the Premier League. The power of the Premier League financially is just getting richer and richer. And it's great for the Premier League because teams like Aston Villa, Everton, Leicester, Arsenal are starting to pick up star players from the big clubs, from big teams outside of the league. So it's a very interesting landscape in football at the moment. I don't think we're far off Aston Villa being able to ring up Barcelona and saying, yeah, we wouldn't mind taking Pedri. We wouldn't mind taking Fati. You know, and being able to do it. Now, obviously, maybe United or Man City or someone will jump into that race, but the reality is Aston Villa are financially in a better position than Barcelona at the moment. So football is changing very, very quickly. And, you know, do you like that? Yeah, the Premier League's dominant, but the Champions League's going to become devalued very, very quickly. I've always looked forward to the Champions League and gone, well, you've got the Spanish clubs, the Italian clubs, PSG, Bayern Munich. I think we are hurtling towards a situation where big clubs are big clubs in big name only, where the best players are all going to be in the Premier League very, very quickly. And it's all right saying I want to go and play for Real Madrid if you're Mbappe, but Real Madrid could become PSG very quickly, where they're the only big club in La Liga by a very long way. Not quite at the moment. Atletico Madrid have just won it. Barcelona is still a big club, but football and the landscape is changing very quickly, and keep an eye on it. But the Premier League's not going to suffer. Lukaku to Chelsea, good signing. Let's see what happens with it. But big signing for Chelsea. Here we go. Let's see. Another big player in the Premier League, and could be the final piece for Chelsea. Certainly makes Chelsea stronger. They need a goal scorer. You know, if you've got Werner or Lukaku, you're going to go with Lukaku. So well done to Chelsea there. I think it's a good paper deal. On paper, it looks very good. Obviously, he's got to go and score the goals. There will be chances Lukaku misses where everyone goes, he's a load of shit. You know, he is that sort of striker that will miss a sitter, but he scores a lot of goals as well. I think it'd be a good signing for them. Thanks everyone for watching. Smash a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon.